Let's talk about your show a little bit, and then we'll get into sort of some more medical stuff too. But where did that come from?
Right. So, and as you mentioned, like, I think it's great when you're in a big academic institution and you can kind of segment those things out a little bit. And I always thought that that's how I would practice, and that's just not really how life turned out. So when you're in private practice, you kind of have to, I mean, not that you can't refer things out, but you kind of want to take care of people, their whole issues a little bit more when you don't have quite the same amount of partners to put people through or put to in your same institution. But the show really originated, rewind back to early 2020. I was very pregnant with my third baby, and I had her about a week before everything closed down with the pandemic. And I was feeling very burnt out and overwhelmed with being a busy surgeon, with having my third baby, with everybody suddenly being at home with the pandemic. And I was really looking, like, what else am I going to do with this stage of my career? So I got into a bit of a physician coaching group, and there was a lot about, kind of putting yourself out there, that we have things to share with people in general, and that it doesn't have to be some perfect message each time, but to get out there on social media and in other pathways. So I started to experiment a little bit with, Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all of these other things. And while I was doing that, I started to think, okay, well, maybe a podcast would be a good way to go. And I had a TikTok video that I had done. It was just like a 1 minute something on genitourinary syndrome of menopause. Didn't think much of it. I think I did it in some side office one day just after I saw a patient and I wanted to talk to people about it. And it went, for me, what was viral, not really viral in the millions of views kind of ways, but, within, a weekend, it was over 100,000 people that took a look at it.
That's viral for anybody, I think.
So I thought, there's really something here. There's really a place where people are lacking information. And of course, I knew that we lacked that information in our training. I knew that my patients were coming to me just feeling lost and needing answers. And at the time, there really wasn't a lot of stuff out there. So I kind of just started to jot down some ideas. And just off the top of my head, I had 25 episodes on menopause. And I knew people that I wanted to bring in and talk about it. So I just said, well, let me just get started, and I'll learn this as I go, and I'll bring the information that I have, and I'll bring on experts to bring the information that I don't have. And it's really been a great experience.
So is it just you? I mean, are you recording, editing, promoting? This is 100% you?
It's not 100% me, but mostly. So all of the ideas, all the scheduling comes from me. I do have a virtual assistant who, posts it and does some social media stuff. And I do have a podcast editor, because the first, I'd say 10 episodes I edited myself. And then that was just not sustainable because it took a lot of time. And I'm a mom of 3, a busy surgeon. I was trying to do these episodes weekly, which is what I've been doing. And so I do have an editor, and I do have a social media person, but mostly it's me.